Tim Race back in Gallatin, Tennessee on the campus of Volunteer State Community College, where we are getting set for game 2 of the doubleheader versus the Jackson College Jets. Pioneers won game 1 7-2 of the doubleheader, won game 1 of the series yesterday in a 9-inning ball game, 10-8. Looking for the sweep here in game 3 on the mound for the Pioneers, Parker White. On for his second appearance, first start of his college career at a relief appearance that went 4 2/3 innings, got the win in that ball game, gave up 3 hits, no runs, did walk 2, struck out 3 batters. That was a game down in Central Alabama. See if I can find that in my scorebook. Kind of busy between doubleheaders and not as organized for a game 2. That was a game that started by Nathan Rhodes. 11-4 win for the Pioneers in game 4. Parker White came in the middle of the inning. He was wearing number 26 in that contest. Today wearing number 40. And he will face the lineup that head coach Rick Smith put out there. Logan Christoffel will lead off, playing center field. Rudy Ramos playing left field, batting second. Josh Burke in that 3-hole, playing shortstop. Zach Meyer back at the DH spot, hitting fourth. Grant Teschendorf, common spelling of Teschendorf, will play right field and bat fifth. Austin Santour playing third base, batting sixth. Harry Major at second base, batting seventh. Jomar Negron will be the catcher, batting eighth. And Nolan Distelrath playing first base, batting ninth. On the mound for the Jets, Colin Presnar. And we are set to get going here at Pioneer Field at the Tim Garrett Baseball Complex in Gallatin, Tennessee, as Logan Christoffel will step in there for the first pitch from Parker White. Ball 1. And we are underway at 2:23 Central Time. Swing and a miss by Christoffel. Parker White from Knoxville, Tennessee, attended Knoxville West High School. And Christoffel will try to lay one down, foul that back toward the Pioneers dugout. Hunter Searcy out in left field for the Pioneers. Jay Charla back in center. Jace Mizell in right field. Carter Vrabel, Ethan Huddleston on the left side of the infield. Matt Hall and Landon Godsey back on the right side of the infield. And Braden Vineyard behind the plate, catching the left-handed freshman Parker White. Misses with that pitch, and now it's gone 2 balls and 2 strikes. Parker White, 6'1", 205-pound freshman. Breaking pitch just misses outside. And well, no, it doesn't miss on the outside of the late call by home plate umpire Jesse Chesterfield. Will ring up Logan Christoffel for a backward K. A little bigger strike zone maybe right there than we saw in game 1. Rudy Ramos, a left fielder, will get his first plate appearance of the weekend. He will swing and miss. Number 25 from Puerto Rico. Roster indicates he's 6'1", 160-pound outfielder and pitcher. Swing and a miss. Down in the count, 0-2. Fastball stays up high. Ball 1 ball, 2 strikes. Jay Charla out in center field, in for Jake Burris, who played in game one. That ball is lifted out to right field. Jace Mizell looks up into the sun, backs up, and makes the catch for out number 2. Jake Burris saw 3 pitches in the first inning, in the bottom of the first inning. Ended up tapping a ground ball down to the third baseman, and must have said something that the home plate umpire did not like, and he was ejected right after that incident. That pitch appears to whisper at the outside corner, and is a called strike to Josh Burke. And Jake Burris was ejected in game one, and due to a National Junior College rule, he has to sit out the next game. And there's a drive by Burke into center field. Back goes Charla, and he looks up, makes a great catch over the shoulder as he was heading straight back to the center field wall. Josh Burke, who may not be the biggest young man around, but he can put a charge into a baseball, and Big Jay Charla just took extra bases away from Josh Burke. Put a star by that one as Jay Charla makes a shining play to end the first inning. We're through a half inning. You're listening to the Vol State Sports Network on YouTube and Twitter. Thanks for joining us this afternoon. One, two, three inning for Parker White in the top of the first inning. And the Pioneers will come to the plate. Here's the starting lineup for the Vol State Pioneers, who are 5-4 after the first 9 games. Hunter Searcy will lead off and play left field. Ethan Huddleston at shortstop, batting second. Jace Mizell in right field. He will hit third. First baseman hitting cleanup, Landon Godsey. Braden Vineyard behind the plate and will bat fifth. Carter Vrabel in the 6th hole playing third base. And Landon Luderman getting his first action of the year. A true freshman will be the designated hitter. Matt Hall at second base will bat 8th. And Big Jay Charla in center field batting 9th to face Colin Presnar, 6'2", 165-pound freshman from Fort Gratio, Michigan, Gratiot, Michigan. He will face right-handed hitting Hunter Searcy to start the bottom of the first inning. Long look into Jomar Negron, the third catcher of the series for the Jackson College Jets out of Jackson, Michigan. We're down here a year ago. Pioneers were not nice hosts and swept all 3 games as that fastball gets in on the inside corner. Pioneers won 7-4 the 9-inning game, and then the doubleheader after that, 6-5 and 12-0 in that third game. Looked like he turned that ball over. Stayed a little bit high. So Hunter Searcy from Louisville, Kentucky, with his parents Larry and Doty in attendance here at the ball field. Starts to take a hack at that high fastball, holds up. 3 balls and 1 strike with Ethan Huddleston on deck. The 3-1 just misses outside, and that'll be a 5-pitch walk. See my email address up there, treesports@gmail.com. If you want to let me know who you are, where you're watching from, who you're rooting for. Trying to give you a shout out. Ethan Huddleston steps to the plate, sees a breaking pitch a little bit high. Want to thank his brother Noah, his mom Shannon, and stepdad Dan. They brought me a cheeseburger from Sonic up here. They're always very kind. Throw over to first base. Almost gets by Nolan Distelrath over there at first base. Marcus Patton been over there for first 2 games of the series, but new right side of the infield. Swing and a miss. Looked like a changeup. Huddleston out front. Glad to have you along here for game 2 of today's doubleheader. Runner starts to go and stops. Pitches high and inside. See, Colin Presnar has a family member checking in. Dad and stepmom. A foul ball off the bat of Huddleston. Count goes to 2 balls and 2 strikes. So go Jets. Watching from Michigan. See where Colin Presnar's from. Yeah, I said Fort Gratiot, or Gratio if it's French. Gratiot in Michigan. My Michigan geography is pretty limited. 2-2 pitch. Runner goes. Swinging a foul ball, or no, a swing and a miss. So Huddleston will be out on the play. I thought he got a piece of it, but he started running to first on the play. Searcy moves to second base on the stolen base. So 1 out as Searcy moves down to second base on the strikeout. But actually, he was going on the pitch, so he'll be credited with a stolen base. Jace Mizell steps to the plate. I see on the email, I assume Collins' dad and stepmom living near that Fort Gratiot, Michigan. Breaking pitch misses outside. Thank you for checking in on email. And Marcia Rice checking in. Watching from the metro, the metropolis in Illinois today. They were down for yesterday's ball game. Always good to get an email from the Rices as Jace Mizell gets way out ahead of that one. Lines it foul into the Vol State parking lot. Mizell scored 2 runs in game 1 of the doubleheader, but was shut out of the hit column. Fastball stays high. Hunter Searcy walked to lead off the bottom of the first for the Pioneers. Stole second on the strikeout by Ethan Huddleston. Jace Mizell looking to deliver the first run of the ball game. Changeup misses low and outside, backhanded by Negron. Count moves 3 balls and a strike. So I'm assuming this is, there we go. Wow, that's not even close, that pronunciation. Gr-ash-it. Grashit. Fouled straight back. We'll move to a full count. Ministries, full count. Grashit. So the big Fort G. Full count to Jace Mizell. He swings and grounds one to third. Austin Santour picks it up and makes a throw just off the base as Distelrath has to come up the line off the base and make the sweep tag of Jace Mizell, and base umpire Matt Boyd says he's out. Coach McGuire asks for a conference between the umpires to see if, in fact, maybe he's asking, did Distelrath get into the path of Jace Mizell? But that shouldn't be it at all, but they're going to call him out. Honestly, I don't know what that would be, because the runner does not have the right-of-way there. Regardless, we have an out on a 5-3 by Jace Mizell. Austin Santour, who's back out at third base, as Presnar steps off, fakes a throw to second base. There's his one step off for this batter. Delivers a pitch high to Landon Godsey. Cersei still on out at second base. With 2 out. Presnar looks back, and he fakes again. That should be a ball, because that's the second time. And time is called. They said 2, so that will be ball 2 on the batter. And that means that Tyler Holsworth, our Toyota of Gallatin scoreboard operator here for games 1 and 2, has to be paying attention. It's a ground ball down just past Coach Jim McGuire, who appeared to make a play on that, but as he's walking away, got hit with a one hopper in game 1. Godsey moves out of the way of that fastball. Now up in the count, 3 balls and a strike. Waiting on deck, catcher Braden Vineyard. So last year's catcher number 2 and catcher number 3 here back to back. Godsey will ground one to third. Santour will get another shot, and another wild throw brings a run in, and Godsey will stay at first base. Santour having trouble with his towards on throwing the ball. An unearned run will come across for the Pioneers on an E5. Distelrath saved Santour on the first throw, but unable to save him on that one. Hunter Cersei comes in to score the first run of the ball game here in the bottom of the first inning. Brings it to plate Braden Vineyard, 2 outs. Looks at the first pitch on the outside corner. Pretty good looking pitch right there. Vineyard started in yesterday's game. Went 0 for 5. Throw over to first base. Diving back in at the bag safely is Landon Godsey, the speedster out of Indianapolis, Indiana. Vineyard steps back in. Presnar will throw again over to first base. He doesn't want to get another free ball on a batter. He's going to throw to every base from now on. It's got to be something new. You hadn't seen this in high school. Breaking pitch, nice pitch by Presnar there. Froze Braden Vineyard, the young sophomore catcher from Paducah, Kentucky. Son of Christian and Monica Vineyard. Fastball just a little high. Braden's got an older brother, Mason, who's in the Yankees organization. I believe he got signed last year. And a younger brother, Grant. Papaw in Huntsville. The runner goes. The pitch, I thought it was right down the middle of the plate, but what are we going to call a balk? Maybe we're going to call a balk is what. Although Godsey was running on the play, I wonder if you give him a stolen base anyway. Nope, they're going to call a balk. And no pitch on the batter, so 1 ball, 2 strikes. And a balk moves Landon Godsey down to second base. Vineyard pops one up in the infield. Pitcher is over, and Vineyard makes contact with the first baseman, who still comes up with the catch. Distelrath makes out number 3. That would have been runner interference had he even dropped that ball. So it was going to be an out either way. Pop out to the first baseman in foul territory ends the first inning. 1 run, it was unearned on no hits, 1 error, and 1 runner left on base. After 1 complete, Pioneers lead 1-0. You're listening to the Vol State Sports Network on YouTube and Twitter. Top of the second we go. Parker White out on the mound for the Pioneers. Will face 4, 5, and 6 in the Jets lineup. Zach Meyer steps in there on the right side. First pitch in the dirt. Zach Meyer 2 for 3 in game 1 of the doubleheader. Was 1 for 5 in the game yesterday. Swings and fouls that one toward the Pioneer dugout. Meyer, the catcher in game 1 yesterday, had a single and 2 RBIs in that game. Sees a changeup down in the dirt. Meyer 2 hits, but unable to come around to score. There's a ground ball to Huddleston on 2 hops. He charges and throws to Godsey right on time. Or out number 1. No we've got a lot of Jackson College Jets fans that are listening in. Another email says from Erica Cole, son of Brendan Coles, pitched in game one. Swing and a miss by Grant Teschendorf, the right fielder. It's his first at-bat of the weekend. Swings and pops that one up. It looks like it's could be in fair or in within the field of play for Landon Godsey. Just outside of your view, he catches that in foul territory for out number 2. Meant to say it was in the field of play, but not in fair territory. Austin Santour steps to the plate. Starting third baseman in game one. Did not play in game one of the doubleheader today. Breaking pitch swung on and tapped down. Rick Smith will boot right through the 5-hole. Austin Santour went 1 for 3 in game one of the series. Had a single at a stolen base. Hit by a pitch and walked. Fastball gets on that outside corner, called strike. Parker White, the left-hander out of Knoxville West High School, Knoxville, Tennessee, looking to retire the first 6 batters of the ball game. Fastball stays high. Foul just over the backstop screen. Gives a couple pitchers from the Pioneers dugout. Looks like Caleb Pika and Big Cadro Sanders on that baseball. Count remains 1 ball, 2 strikes. And the pitch grounded in the hole at short. Huddleston circles and gets around. Strong throw by the redshirt sophomore over to first base. Retires Austin Santour. So 6 up, 6 down. A nice play there by Ethan Huddleston. 2 very nice plays to end each of the first 2 innings for the Pioneers. Big J Sharla on a grab into deep center field, and Ethan Huddleston to retire Santour. As we will go to the bottom of the second, Pioneers lead 1-0. You're listening to the Vol State Sports Network. Carter Vrabel will lead off the bottom of the second inning for the Pioneers, facing freshman Colin Presnar. Swing, and maybe got a piece of that ball back into the glove of Jomar Negron. Negron. Catcher's last name. Tapper that will go foul in the third base line. 0-2 to the Pioneer third baseman. His parents cooked some hamburgers and hot dogs, I assume, down then left field again, as they do. Did you have some of that, Tyler? Yeah, and a swing and a miss on a fastball out the letters. Down goes Vrabel. Out number 1 here in the bottom of the second inning. Number 16, Colin Presnar.
Now batting, number 20, Landon Luderman.
From Gratiot, Fort Gratiot, Michigan. Landon Luderman with his debut, collegiate debut. First pitch he sees. Misses outside. Luderman also from Knoxville, Tennessee. Able to hold up on that fastball that misses outside. 5'10", 185-pound true freshman from Knoxville Catholic High School. And he will just barely get out of the way of that. I don't have any idea how he did not get hit by that pitch. Apparently it went behind him. I thought it plunked him in the wallet. But he will stand up there with a 3-ball, no strike count. And watch a fastball poured about chest high. Presnar is working pretty quickly. Landon Luderman asks for time as he gets his feet settled in the box. 3-1 pitch. Luderman will take a walk on his first plate appearance as a collegiate. With 1 out and 1 on, Matt Hall steps to the plate, the Pioneers' second baseman. From right around Lexington, Kentucky, Matt Hall 0 for 2 and a hit by pitch. Swings at the first pitch, fouls it off to the right side. Plate umpire asks for some more baseballs. Gets one that was fouled off to the right side, apparently. Matt Hall, 5'8", 165-pound, true sophomore. Throw over to first base. Number 20, don't call me Jacob Messer. Call me Landon Luderman, is back in time. Right before the first game of the season, Messer and Luderman changed uniform numbers. Take me just a little while to get that sunk into this old head of mine. Matt Hall has a Grammy in Las Vegas and a grandpa in Florida. Played in 30 games last year. Looks at a pitch head high, and he doesn't want to see that again. Was drilled right in that face guard on his helmet last weekend. Had to sit out rest of the series. Swing and a miss. I thought he was going to hit it, so I flipped to the other camera, but that pitch, he swung over the top of it. Two, 1 out. Swing and a miss. Nope, he got a piece of it, and it fell out of the glove of catcher Negron. Noma Negron from Puerto Rico, 6', 215-pound freshman. 2-2 goes high. And we'll have a Full Count Ministries full count. Thanks to Jacob Oldham, the executive director, and Josh Carmen, the director of baseball operations, for giving me an opportunity to start broadcasting baseball, and that's what's led me here. Runner goes, and the pitch is outside. Ball 4, and Pioneers have runners now at first and second via back-to-back walks. That brings to the play with 1 out the big Jay Sharla, who's in center field for Jacob Burris. also known as Jake Burris. His mother, Sherry, and Dave Holbrook came up into the press box before game one, and very good to see them. Drove all the way down here from Grove City. First pitch to Charla, misses outside. Unfortunate event that occurred with Jake being thrown out of game one and not being eligible to play here in game two. It gives Big J Charla an opportunity. He's got a chance to drive in a run here. Long wait, as there's a fake throw to second base. So there's his one for this batter. And you could just tell he didn't want to throw whatever pitch had been called, and he didn't know what else to do. And there's another I was going to say, that's a balk right there. He did not come set. Ball gets by the catcher, but he still has to make the play. Home plate umpire is gesturing, telling him, you've got to come set. So that's a second balk on Presnar. No pitch there to Jay Charla, and he now has two runners in scoring position. Seems like there's maybe a little bit of a communication issue between pitcher and catcher. Not sure if they're using a pitch comm system, or it looks like they probably are, because Negron does not look into the dugout. So the 1-0 pitch swung on and fouled straight back by the young man from Murfreesboro, Tennessee, the son of Jake and Delyn. Charla Delyn, a school teacher, checked in from the classroom yesterday during the broadcast. Another quick delivery by Presnar again. I thought there was a chance that we're going to call him for a balk there. When you come set, you have to come completely set, almost like for a second. That's what I've heard. So he's now set and delivers. Swung on and driven out to right field, sending back the right fielder, Teschendorf. That'll be a sacrifice fly for Big J Charla to drive in the second run of the ball game. Hit that ball right on the dot there. Line out to Teschendorf, but an RBI. As I write line out, I need to write sacrifice fly. I don't know if there's anybody else out there that likes to keep a scorebook. I happen to like doing it. That brings it to play Hunter Searcy with 2 outs and a runner at third base. Searcy looks at a pitch outside. So Landon Luderman, several firsts here today. First at-bat, first walk, and first run scored as a collegiate. Hunter Searcy just able to pull the hands back. That fastball that tailed back in to him. Matt Hall moved over to third base. Of course, on that line drive to the right fielder, Hunter Searcy could not hold up on that fastball inside. Swings through. I think if he had hit that one, he would have hit that one off the handle. Wouldn't have gone very far. Searcy did not play in game one of the doubleheader. Walked and scored already in this game. Swings through another pitch inside. Not sure what that is that Presnar's throwing there, that Searcy just not seeing it. Presnar gets the ball, and he is ready to throw. The 2-2. Change up there. That died at the plate. Brings us to another Full Count Ministries full count. Both the 2 of the 3 top personnel at Full Count Ministries are alumni here of the Volunteer State Pioneers. There's a swing and a foul ball at the plate. Our first full count, first pitch foul ball of game 2. Searcy played in game 1 of the series. 0 for 2. Scored 2 runs. Walked twice. Was also hit by a pitch, so on base 3 times. He will look at ball 4. That's the 3rd walk of the inning by young Colin Presnar. We'll put runners now at 1st and 3rd with 2 outs and bring to the plate Ethan Huddleston.
Now batting, number 3.
It's 4 walks
Huddleston.
in the ball game so far. Huddleston 1 for 3 in game 1. Bat gets hit with that one, and that's the spot he does not want to get hit. Got hit in that wrist. That put him out at the end of the year, for the year last year. Runner goes. Throw down to second base, cut off by second baseman Harry Major. Pitch called a ball, and runner moves to second base. So a stolen base for Hunter Searcy. That's 2 on the day for Searcy. And Huddleston now looking at a 2-0 pitch. So Presnar getting himself in trouble here in inning number 2. Still has not given up a hit. And in danger now of walking his 5th batter. So he's gone 3 balls, no strikes on Huddleston. See somebody standing up in the bullpen down there for the Jets, but I'm not sure if he was warming up or not. 3-0 pitch. Throw over to third base. And a balk is called on Presnar. And that will deliver another run for Vol State. He had one of those, what you'd see a left-hander do to first base. I didn't know what it was. I mean, left-handers definitely do that move to first base, the move that he just did to third base, but base umpire called a balk. And Huddleston up there with a runner at third with a 3-0 count now. And that'll be ball 4. Putting runners back at 1st and 3rd. So the 5th walk of the ball game for Colin Presnar. Let's see if we'll have a visit out of the dugout. And that's 4 walks in the inning. Carter Vrabel struck out to start the inning, and here will come pitching coach Gary Goodwin out of the dugout. So Vrabel struck out to start the inning. Then Landon Luderman walked, Matt Hall walked, Jay Sharla hit a line drive that caught by Grant Teschendorf that drove in the first run of the inning. Then Hunter Searcy walked a balk, or then he stole second, and then a balk scored Matt Hall and has moved Hunter Searcy over to third base. As I said, Presnar yet to give up a base hit. In the first 11 batters that he's faced, he struck out 2. Looks like maybe they're talking about that move that he made over to third base, as Jesse Chesterfield, the home plate umpire, will come out to break up the mound visit by Gary Goodwin, who will have a little chat with the home plate umpire as they walk back to their respective spots. So Jace Mizell, the pride of Metropolis, Illinois, will step to the plate with 2 outs and runners at the corners.
Now batting, number 34.
Again, I'd like to thank Toyota of Gallatin for the brand new scoreboards here in the baseball complex and softball, and they will also install new scoreboards for basketballs. Mizell swings at the first pitch, fouls that off to the right side. Have some new signage in the Pickle Fieldhouse for the basketball scoreboards. As a matter of fact, the women's Lady Pioneers playing right now right across the parking lot. Chase Mizell delivers another ball past the bullpen and into the parking lot. Not down in the count, no balls, 2 strikes. Rudy Ramos out in left field. Logan Christoffel in center field. Grant Teschendorf in right field. Runner goes, and there's a ball driven into center field. Logan Christoffel dives. Cannot come up with it. The ball gets behind him. It goes to the wall. Jace Mizell rounds second base. He will head to third with a 2-out triple. Drives in 2 more runs for the Pioneers. And a bad inning gets worse for young Colin Presnar. 2 runs come across on that triple by Jace Mizell. Logan Christoffel, who's gotten to about every other ball, made a heck of an attempt, but just came up empty. Landon Gotze will step in. First pitch inside. Ball 1. So Ethan Huddleston and Hunter Searcy come in to score. Landon Gotze puts a charge into one deep to left field. Back go the outfielders, and this ball is gone. A 2-run home run for Landon Gotze. I believe his family is here in attendance. Paul and Suzanne. Brother Nick. A 2-run home run by the Pioneer first baseman. Puts 2 more on the board and gives the Pioneers a 7-0 lead. Looks like we got a scoreboard problem out there in the old Toyota scoreboard, don't we? I don't know what happened out there, do you? You got the main part out there. Tyler, you're good. Braden Vineyard steps to the plate. Fastball by Presnar gets by Negron. This is the 9th batter to come to the plate in the inning. So after not giving up any hits, 5 walks, the last 2 hits have been a triple and a home run. Braden Vineyard hits with nobody on and 2 out. Back get hit with that pitch. So 6 runs have come across for the Pioneers here in the 2nd inning. And lead by a touchdown, 7-0. Down goes 3 balls, no strikes. Surely whoever's warming up in the bullpen is ready by now. Ball 4. Sixth walk of the game, 5th in the inning. Carter Vrabel now come to the plate. Why do I have a runner at third base? Not sure why that happened. Vineyard leads off a first pitch on the outside corner. Called strike. Vrabel 0 for 2 in game 1 of the doubleheader. Had a double in game 1 of the series yesterday. Swings at that breaking pitch and fouls it off the screen. Landon Luderman will retrieve. The count goes no balls, 2 strikes to the young man from Father Ryan High School right here in Nashville, Tennessee. Swing and a miss. And down goes Vrabel for the 2nd time in the inning. Pioneers score a bunch on 2 hits, 6 runs on 2 hits, no errors, 1 runner left on base. After 2 complete, Pioneers lead 7-0. You're listening to the Vol State Sports Network. Tim Reese back in Gallatin, Tennessee on the campus of Volunteer State Community College, where we move to the top of the third inning. Parker White will face 7, 8, and 9 in the Jackson College Jets lineup. Square around a bunt. Able to pull the bat back is Harry Major for his first at-bat of the weekend. Pops that one up in shallow center field or just outside in the grass. Matt Hall gets under it. Make the grab for out number 1. Parker White has retired 7 in a row to start the ball game. Jomar Negron, or Yomar, is the pronunciation that I would have learned in my time going to Nicaragua. Yomar, J-O, and he flies one out to right field. That'll be a tough play for Jace Mizell. He makes a sliding catch just in fair territory. Nice play by Jace Mizell to retire Negron without number 2. Sure is outside of your view. Apologize again. We are limited on our cameras and camera angles. So that's why I'm here. If all you had was the camera, you wouldn't know what happened there until you saw the umpire put his hand up and know that he made the grab. Swing, and Parker White was close to getting a 4-pitch inning. But another star by that play right there. Jace Mizell came sliding on his knees and then to his backside, but caught it on the glove side. Swing and a miss. Nolan Distelrath, first baseman, up for his first plate appearance from Marine City, Michigan. 1-2 pitch. Breaking pitch misses outside. Every time I start announcing all these players from Michigan, it reminds me of the Bob Seger and the Silver Bullet Band live album when he starts announcing his band members and where they're from. There's a fly ball to center field. Jay Charlo is playing rather deep. We'll get back and make the grab for out number 3. And Parker White is perfect through the first 3 innings. 9 up, 9 down. As we will go to the bottom of the 3rd inning. Pioneers leading 7-0. You're listening to the Vol State Sports Network. Summit Concrete call to the bullpen for the Jackson College Jets. In relief of Colin Presnar, Brandon Brody, a right-hander from somewhere in Indiana, doesn't have a city, 6'2", 240 pounds, will face Landon Luderman here to start the bottom of the third inning. First pitch misses. Luderman, I believe that may be the first strike that he's seen. If not, it might be the second. He walked and scored in that 6-run second inning. Breaking pitch misses outside. Luderman, one of 4 left-handed hitters for the Pioneers. Met his father Daniel a couple weeks back during, I believe it was an inter-squad game that Pioneers played. Daniel and Shannon Luderman from Knoxville, Tennessee. And he will have 2 walks to begin his college career and begin the bottom of the third inning. Colin Presnar finished 2 innings, 2 hits, 7 runs, 6 walks, 3 strikeouts, giving up 1 home run. And Matt Hall steps into the box. He also walked in his first plate appearance of game 2. Fastball misses outside. See my email address up there. If you want to join the show, let me know who you are, where you're listening from, and who you're rooting for here on the Volunteer State Sports Network. Basketball action going on across the way versus Walter State. Looks like Walter State is getting all they want or they're having their way with the Lady Pioneers as that pitch fouled straight back. Score shows 59-33. The Lady Senators up on the Lady Pioneers in the fourth period, just starting the fourth period. Men's game will be following 30 minutes after the conclusion of the women's game. Count goes 3 balls, 1 strike on Matt Hall. On deck, Big J Charla. Fouled off to the right side. We'll have a Full Count Ministries full count. 6 mission trips this summer to Nicaragua. 3 in June, I believe. Maybe 2 in June. Maybe there's only 5. 2 in June, 3 in July. If you're a baseball player, high school or college, as that ball is fouled off to the right side. Our second full count first pitch foul ball. If you know somebody who may be interested in having an experience while enjoying baseball, playing international baseball, go to fullcountministries.com and check out their mission trips. Been going for 10 years probably now. I've been on 5 of those trips. Throw over to first base, not in time. Actually, even at the ripe old age of 55, had some plate appearances in some games. But, of course, we were desperate. There's a ground ball to short with the runner going on the play. Flip over to second base, and that'll be a 6-4-3 double play. Just what Brandon Brody wanted. And that erases Landon Luderman off the base paths. 2 outs now with nobody on. Big J Charla at the plate, and he will swing at the first pitch. Pop this one off to the third base side. Third baseman Austin Santour cannot make the grab as he started going too far to the dugout and had to come back to the field. That is the second time today that a Jets third baseman has missed a pop-up. Charlotte gets another shot. Sees a fastball go high. Not the official score in the game. And even if I was, probably would not issue an error there, but official scores can issue an error on a foul ball. Fastball stays high again to the 5'9" big Jay Charla. Hit a ball hard in the second inning, drove in a run. Count goes 3 balls and a strike now to the Pioneers center fielder. Fouls that one off the screen, right back into your living room or wherever you may be watching today's game. Brings us another Full Count Ministries. Full count. Ground ball off the foot of Brody, and Jay Charla will beat out an infield single to reach base with 2 outs. Jay Charla makes things happen. In his 3 at-bats last year, he had a home run, a sacrifice fly, and I believe he walked. So one official at bat. He was 1 for 1, batted 1,000 for the year. As Brandon Brody will get some warm-up toss or a warm-up toss. Make sure he's okay. Charlotte only played in 2 games last year as a freshman. Batted 1,000. And that 1,000, he had a 4,000 slugging percentage with the home run. Hunter Cersei will step to the plate. First pitch he sees in the dirt. Third hit of the contest for the Pioneers. Go along with their 7 runs. Been gifted a lot of base runners as 7 have been walked in the game. There's a fastball poured in there on the outside corner called strike. Cersei has picked up 2 of those 7 walks. Charla, good lead over there at first base. Swing and a miss on the inside fastball. Cersei seems to have had trouble with that pitch right on his hands. Down in the count, 1 ball, 2 strikes. Pretty decent crowd here at Tim Garrett Baseball Complex for a cold weather game. Time called by the catcher. Throw over to first base, not in time. You got to get up a little bit earlier in the morning to get Big Jay Charla over there at first base. As DeLynn Charla is checked in, swinging a foul ball over the press box. Count remains 1 ball, 2 strikes. Jay's father is here in attendance. And DeLynn is watching from home today. Sorry you're not here to see your son play. Thanks for checking in on the email. Cersei looks at a breaking pitch down low. Two balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Runner on. Now we'll go to a full count, throw down to first base. Big Jay Charla back in time. Full count ministries, full count. Jay Charla will be on the move with the pitch. Swing and a miss. And Cersei goes down swinging. First strikeout by Brandon Brody. And the third out of the bottom of the third. No runs on one hit. No errors and one runner left on base. After after three, the Pioneers lead 7-0. You're listening to the Vol State Sports Network on YouTube and Twitter. Moving to the top of the fourth inning here, game scheduled for 7 innings. Parker White from Knoxville West High School on the mound for his fourth inning of work. We'll face 1, 2, and 3 of the Jets lineup. First pitch to Logan Christoffel misses outside. Breaking pitch swung on and popped in the infield. Ethan Huddleston will come over and make the easy catch for out number 1. That's now 10 in a row by the young left-hander. Craig Myers' stepdad has checked in on the email. Glad to have you from Knoxville, Tennessee today. Rudy Ramos steps to the plate. Jets left fielder flew out to Jace Mizell in right field. White's first delivery to Ramos in the dirt. Amy Crenshaw says, "Go Parker White." From Aunt Amy in, gosh, that could be Medina or Medina. Swing and a miss on a slow breaking pitch. There's a Medina or Medina. I think it's Medina, Ohio. But I don't know how they pronounce it in Tennessee. 1-1 turns into 1-2 with that curveball off the left arm of Parker White, who's working quickly. To the 2-hole hitter, Rudy Ramos. Changeup swung on and missed. Gets down in the dirt. Braden Vineyard will complete the strikeout on a 2-3 put out by Landon Godsey. Triggs have checked in again from Rockville, Tennessee. Mike and Karen. Glad to have you all along. Josh Burke, third hole hitter, shortstop. Looks at a breaking pitch on the outside corner. See if we can get that out recorded on my scoreboard. Man, I miss my wife as my intern on this scoreboard. Another breaking pitch and another strike. Maybe I can get her up here, but right now she's spending a lot of time with her mother in the hospital, having a bad Bad time of it medically as my mother-in-law. Got some neurological issues. Virus in the brain and a stroke. And 1-2 count. Breaking pitch at the feet of Josh Burke. Burke from Macomb, Michigan. Good looking player. 3-hole hitter, shortstop for the Jackson College Jets. Looks at a 2-2 pitch, swings and grounds one. Fair ball down the third base line. Vrabel. One hop throw, short hop landing. Godsey has been putting in the time at first base. He digs that one out. Saves an error by Carter Vrabel. Another teammate picking up another teammate. Parker White is through 4 innings here without a blemish on the scorebook. Pioneers still lead 7-0. You're listening to the Vol State Sports Network. Two, 3, and 4 due up for the Vol State Pioneers here in the bottom of the 4th inning to face relief pitcher Brandon Brody. Came on in relief of Colin Presnar. Brody gave up a walk and a hit, but worked around it in the bottom of the 3rd. First pitch to Huddleston. Apparently catches some part of the plate there. Been a very difficult pitch to try to hit there. Huddleston getting a little bit frustrated now with that strike zone. That pitch nearly hit him. Down in the count 0-2, and I don't know that there was a pitch within 5 inches of the plate yet. But when you're up 7-0 after 2, home plate umpire wants you to swing to bat, and that right there looked like the best pitch of all 3, called ball 1. As Yomar Negron held that glove there. Long look in, pitch way outside. Count goes 2-2. Now we'll have a Full Count Ministries full count. This young man played in the Full Count High School Fall League for 4 years. He's very familiar with it, and he will take a walk after being down in the count 0-2. The second walk and second leadoff walk given up by Brandon Brody. Chase Mizell steps to the plate.
Now batting, number 34.
1 for 2 on the day as a triple and 2 RBIs. Hit that line drive into center field. That ball is in the dirt and gets by Yomar Negron. Huddleston moves on down to second base on the wild pitch. Wonder if we got a new center fielder, and that is Jalen Ramsey, or Jamar Ramsey. I'm sorry, Jamil. I get it right. Jamil Ramsey, who's played right field. There's a tapper up the middle. Burke stabs and throws on the run over to first base, and that is not Burke either. That is Harry Major, who's moved over to third base, or shortstop. We got some changes in the field, apparently, so I don't have all those down. Harry Major has moved to shortstop. We'll figure out who the new second baseman is here. Ramsey is now out in center field, assuming Christoffel came out of the ball game. Swung on and popped up by Landon Godsey. The new second baseman will make the grab. That might be number 2, who's not on my roster. See if he's on. He is not on any roster that I have. I saw him walking around. It is number 2. Out at second base. So a pop-up to him, the unknown man, for out number 2, and that brings Braden Vineyard to the plate. Ball in the dirt. That will get by Negron, and in the score will be Ethan Huddleston for the 8th run. So a walk, a wild pitch, a ground out, and another wild pitch brought in the 8th run for the Pioneers. Ground ball into left field for Braden Vineyard. That'll get through for a base hit. Vineyard's first hit of the ball game. Carter Vrabel will step back into the box. He is looking for a pitch to hit. Struck out twice in the second inning. Another pitch in the dirt, blocked this time by Negron. Just need to get Carter Vrabel untracked. There's a ground ball base hit into right field. So he went with the pitch. Vineyard will hold up at second. See who the new outfielder is in right field, number 13. It's not a new outfielder. That's still Grant Teschendorf. That base hit puts runners now at first and second. Landon Luderman will step back into the box. Walked twice. Rudy Ramos still out in left field. Austin Santour is at third. First pitch of Luderman low and inside. Luderman looking for his first hit of his college career. He just can't get any strikes thrown to him. Walked twice. Pretty good looking hitter. Freshman coming out of East Tennessee, and he swings and taps one up the middle. It will take a nice hop right over to the unknown second baseman, who flips to Harry Major at second base for the fielder's choice. Pioneers are now retired here in the bottom of the 4th inning, but they score 1 run on 2 hits, no errors, 2 runners left on base. After 4 complete, 8-0 Pioneers lead. You're listening to the Vol State Sports Network. Well, it appears the mystery has been solved as to who the number 2 is. Apparently, I wasn't paying attention in game 1. As Parker White delivers another strike. As Zach Meyer steps in to the box in the top of the 5th inning. Swing and a miss on a fastball. Meyer about came out of his shoes on that swing. So Jared Cram, who showing or Cramp on my roster as number 5, apparently was wearing number 2, and I didn't see that, but on my scoreboard I wrote, or my scorebook, I wrote number 5, and that's what he is on the roster. But he did play second base, so I'd be a good chance that that's exactly who that is, as Meyer fouls another pitch off. So we'll see where they come in the batting order. The 1-2 from White, swung on, grounded up the middle, and that will be a seeing eye base hit. We've got some changes for the Pioneers as well. So there's the first base runner of the contest. First hit for the Jackson College Jets. Zach Meyer having a big day. Gets that first hit. Grant Teschendorf steps in with 1 on and nobody out. So Logan Molnar now at shortstop. Ethan Huddleston moved over to second base. Parker White's breaking pitch misses inside. Would assume that Molnar has come in for Matt Hall. Is that pitch in there for called strike? See if we have any additional moves. Looks like Cersei still out in left field. Jay Sharla in center, and Jace Mizell still in right field. Ball's fouled off to the right side. Count goes 1 ball, 2 strikes. Teschendorf fouled out to Landon Gonsi in his first plate appearance. On deck, Austin Santour, the third baseman. White misses that off-speed delivery. Sometimes, folks, it's like patting your stomach and rubbing your head and vice versa here with all the buttons that I'm pushing. Swing and a miss, and down goes Teschendorf. Third strike of the ball game. Third strike out of the ball game. First out here in the 5th inning for Parker White. Having a great outing. Austin Santour, who grounded out to shortstop to end the 2nd, steps to the plate. Fastball misses away. Santour from Coldwater, Michigan, 6'6", 230-pound third baseman. Breaking pitch gets in there for a called strike. Pioneers have about 17 guys down in that bullpen. Nobody appears to be getting loose to come into this game. Breaking pitch swung on and driven out to left center field. Back goes Charla, and that ball will hit at the base of the fence. Charla gets it back into the infield, and that'll be a stand-up double for Austin Santour. And the Jets have something going here in the 5th inning. Zach Meyer moves over to third base. That's 2 hits in the inning. Brings to the plate Harry Major, who started this game at second base, now has moved over to shortstop. I would venture to say that Jared Cramp has gone into Josh Burke's position in the batting order. Looks like he's the only one to come out, so go number 2. Get my scorebook right. Breaking pitch in there for a called strike. Fouled at the plate. Parker White looking for a strikeout. Harry Major popped out to second base in the 3rd inning. Just missed with that fastball. Tyler Holsworth, does it look funny with Logan Molnar out there wearing number 1? All fall long, Tyler Holsworth wore that number. Breaking pitch just missed outside. Well, a full count Ministries, full count. Hopefully in the next week or 10 days, there'll be some new outfield signs out there on the wall for our supporters. Full count Ministries will be one. Breaking pitch grounded to third. Vrabel backs up. Won't worry about the runner going home and throws on to first base to retire Major, who gets an RBI as Zach Meyer breaks up the shutout. Scores the first run of the game for the Jets. Good play by Carter Vrabel to not be distracted trying to throw that ball home. Just go ahead and take the out. So Yomar Negron will step to the plate. Flew out to right field in his first plate appearance. 2 outs. Swings and fouls that one off to the right side. That'll get out of play. On deck, Nolan Distelrath. There's a chance I'm pronouncing that wrong, but Distelrath. Seems like a common spelling of Distelrath. 0-1 pitch coming from Parker White. Misses the zone. Tapper that could be trouble, but just comes foul as there was a ton of English on that ball. Hit in fair territory, but Braden Vineyard, as he's coming out to play that ball, it curves back into foul territory, and he puts the glove on it. Count goes to 1 ball, 2 strikes to the Jackson College catcher. 2 outs, 1 run in here in the 5th inning. Scheduled for 7 innings here. Game 2. Breaking pitch right over the inside corner for called strike 3. And down goes Negron. 4th strikeout for Parker White. The Jets, 1 run on 2 hits. No errors, 1 runner left on base. We're through 4 1/2. The Pioneers still lead. You're listening to the Vol State Sports Network. Summit Concrete called to the bullpen for the Jackson College Jets. Number 31, Derek Tomalak, into pitch. 6 foot, 175-pound right-hander from Clinton, Michigan. He will face Logan Molnar, who's on for Matt Hall. Swing and a miss on the first pitch that Molnar sees. Came in the top of the 5th inning to play shortstop, move Ethan Huddleston over. Swings and fouls that ball off to the right side. Now down in the count 0-2 right away on to the new pitcher Derek Tomalak. Brandon Brody went 2 innings, gave up 3 hits, 1 run. It was earned. Walked 2. Did not strike out a batter or hit a batter. Molnar 0-2 pitch sails high. Logan Molnar, the son of Joe and Barbara Molnar. She checked in by email earlier. Swings and hits that ball out to right field. Grant Teschendorf over toward the line will make the grab for out number 1. Molnar, 6'1", 175-pound, true freshman from Independence High School, hometown of Thompson Station, and has 1 sibling, Sam. Logan Molnar getting into the game. Big Jay Charla steps to the plate. 1 for 1 of the sacrifice fly. And he will look at the first pitch for a called strike. Matt Hall finishes 0 for 1 with a walk and a run scored. Charla looks at a ball away. 3rd pitcher on for the Jackson College Jets, who will get in their bus and head back home as Big Jay Charla jumps on 1 out to right field, sends Teschendorf back just at the warning track to haul that one in. So 2 flyouts to the right fielder. I thought maybe Big J got him one there, but just not enough. We'll have a pinch hitter with 2 outs. Drew Webster will come in for Hunter Cersei. True freshman getting his first collegiate action. First pitch he sees is high. Ball 1. Webster, 6'2", 190-pound true freshman from Nashville, Tennessee, Christ Presbyterian Academy, CPA, the son of Rustin and Gail Webster. Brother to Jacob and Hannah, grandson of Granddaddy and Grammy in Madison, Mississippi. Drew Webster, number 7, getting his first collegiate at-bat. And he will take one off the upper body. And he will move to first base on the hit by pitch. First runner to reach against Derek Tomalak. Again, hoping I'm pronouncing these names right. Tomalak. Throw over to first base. And back is Webster. Ethan Huddleston gets his 4th plate appearance. Breaking pitch. Just like last time. In there for a called strike. Does not appear to have had any contact with home plate. Another breaking pitch. This one down in the dirt. He went 0-2 on pitches that were outside and inside, at least according to what he thought, and I wouldn't have disagreed with him. Then ended up being walked. Throw over to first base. Not in time. Drew Webster, outfielder and a catcher. Swinging a flare out into right field. That'll drop in front of Teschendorf in right field. So he's seen 3 out of 4 batters head his way. And it's just all going well for Ethan Huddleston here today. That's his first hit of the second game. We'll have another pinch hitter. Ethan here, the Cincinnati kid, will step into the box for Jace Mizell, getting his first action of the 2023 season.
Now batting, number 4, Ethan here.
Get you a up close and personal look at the young man from Cincinnati Moeller High School, 2nd-year player for the Pioneers. First pitch he sees from Tomalak is outside. From my hometown, Cincinnati. Cincinnati Moeller, a great sports high school. The son of Andy and Gina here, the brother to Elizabeth. Swing and a miss by here. Looking to drive a ball in the gap with 2 outs and bring Drew Webster, standing out on second base, in to score. Breaking pitch called strike. Ethan here, the grandson of Grandpa and Grandma in Indianapolis and Grandma in Rhode Island, got in 8 games a year ago. Was 4 for 8 in his action for the Pioneers. Scored 2 runs, had a double and a home run, 5 RBIs, and he will swing and miss on that 1-2 offering. Actually fouled into the catcher's mitt, and that will retire the Pioneers, who do not score on 1 hit, 2 runners left on base. We're going to the 6th inning. Pioneers still lead 8-1. You're listening to the Vol State Sports Network. Summit Concrete call to the bullpen for the Pioneers. Big Chase Birdwell in for Parker White. Chase Birdwell from Lebanon, Tennessee. On for his, I believe this is his third appearance. Well, can't believe him. Here it is. Looking for my sheet of paper to give me all the information. Birdwell has one win in 2 relief appearances. Also has a save. 4 2/3 innings. Giving up only 1 hit, 1 walk, 6 strikeouts. The third-year player from Lebanon High School, Lebanon, Tennessee, the son of Deanna and Troy Rogers. Brother to Riley Reese, Raylan, and McKenzie. Will face 9-1-2 in the Jackson College Jets. Nolan Distelrath steps to the plate. Bird comes in throwing strikes. On deck, Jamil Ramsey, who came in for Logan Christophel. Strike 2. One of the 5 full count X242 D group young men. Breaking pitch. Good morning, good afternoon, and good night, says Chase Birdwell with that big yacker. Overhand curveball. Down goes Distelrath for out number 1 in the 6th inning. Ramsey comes in for his first plate appearance of the ball game. He came into to center field a couple innings ago. I believe he came in the bottom of the 4th inning. To spell Logan Christophel. Called strike. Birdwell, two-way player last year, just a pitcher this year, gets a swinging strike 2. A year ago had 4 relief appearances in a 1 2/3 innings, 2 hits, 4 strikeouts. Breaking pitch that lands in the dirt. Tried to get another called strike 3 there. In 14 games at the plate, he had 20 at-bats. Pitch misses again. We'll have a full count Ministries full count. As I said, he's part of the X242 group here at Vol State. We just call him 242. Meet once a week. Have a Bible study, a little prayer. He gets a called strike 3 on that outside corner again. So 2 batters, 2 called strikeouts. Bring to the plate Rudy Ramos. An intense young man when he's out on the field, and one of the nicest young men you will ever meet. Hard worker, sees what needs to be done and does it. Doesn't wait to be asked as he pours another fastball in there to Ramos, who's 0 for 2. You see him lining the batter's box before every game. Swing and a miss on another fastball. So the Pioneers depend on Chase Birdwell in a lot of areas. 0-2 breaking pitch outside. On deck, left-handed hitting Jared Cramp with the number 2 on the back of his jersey. Shows number 5 on the roster. There's a fastball that Ramos started to go, did not, and got by Braden Vineyard, but did not swing, so the count goes 2 balls and 2 strikes. Parker White in line for his 2nd win of the year. in as many appearances. Breaking pitch misses down low. Well, another full count Ministries, full count. 2 for 2 on the full count. First pitch, foul balls today. We'll see if Ramus swings at this pitch. Swing and a miss. And down goes Ramus. 3 strikeouts for the Bird. Chase Birdwell here in the 6th inning. Going to the bottom of the 6th. Pioneers lead 8-1. You're listening to the Vol State Sports Network on YouTube and Twitter. Jim Reese back at Vol State, where we move to the bottom of the 6th inning. Pioneers looking to get a sweep of the Jackson College Jets for 2 years in a row. Pioneers 5-0 against the Jets. Played a year ago, right at this time, a southern trip for Jackson College, who will not play again for 2 weeks after this weekend. And Landon Godsey steps in there to face Derek Tomalak. Pours in the first pitch, a strike. Godsey, 2-run home run in the 2nd inning. Pops that one up. That will get out of play. Down in the count, no balls, 2 strikes. Godsey with 2 home runs for the season. Leads the Pioneers. The 0-2 pitch down in the dirt. He is homered, reached on an error, and popped out to the second baseman. On deck, Braden Vineyard. Is that Connor Moss with a bat over there? It is. Looks like Connor Moss will get an AB in the Carter Vrabel part of the lineup. That's hit out to right field, and Grant Teschendorf will backpedal and make the grab for out number 1 here in the bottom of the 6th inning. Teschendorf been busy out there in right field. It brings it to plate. Braden Vineyard, 1 for 2 with a single and a walk. And that is the recently sheared Connor Moss, who's on deck. First pitch to Vineyard misses. Sophomore catcher from Paducah, Kentucky. Breaking pitch. He spins out of the way of a pitch called a strike on the inside corner. Like a hanging curveball. Not sure that Braden Vineyard, if he'd have swung at that, would have been able to keep it in the ballpark. Pitch was pretty far inside. Swings and misses at a low fastball. The 1-2 dies at the plate. Swung on, and the throw down to first base gets away from Distelrath and Vineyard will move on down to second base on the strikeout and wild pitch and an error on the catcher. So wild pitch gets him to first base, and an error moves him to second base on the throw by Negron. And now Connor Moss steps to the plate for his first AB of the 2023 season. So the second strikeout by Tomalak. But the pitch went in the dirt, not blocked by Negron, and Vinny will move down to second base. Connor Moss. First pitch to the Stewart's Creeker. Misses low and away. A year ago, 5 Stewart's Creek players on the Ball State squad. The Red Hawks down to 3 players now. Starting catcher in game 1, Caleb Hawkins, Connor Moss, and Maddox Liebrick. Swing and a miss by Moss on the 2-0 pitch. Moss, the son of Mike and Haley Moss from Smyrna, Tennessee, and he swings and pops that one up in the infield. Pitcher Tomalak will come in and make the catch in front of Distelrath, the first baseman. So you don't see it very often, but a pop out to the pitcher for out number 2. Brings to the plate Landon Luderman with 2 outs and a runner at second, and out of the dugout will come Rick Smith. We will have a pitching change, it appears. Here with 2 outs, I'm thinking he wants to get somebody else in. So we'll be back with the Summit Concrete call to the bullpen after this short break. You're listening to the Ball State Sports Network. Summit Concrete call to the bullpen for the Jackson College Jets. Number 32, Kyle Johnson, 6 foot, 170-pound freshman from Union City, Michigan, on in relief here to get 1 out in the bottom of the 6th inning. So again, we're scheduled for 7 innings. So Pioneers hope that once the last out is recorded in the bottom of the 6th, they won't send anybody else to the plate. Thank you to those who have sent emails to treesports@gmail.com. I'm going to take that off the camera there. Appreciate you all joining the show. And thanks also to MGM Industries with their custom windows here in the remodeled press box, right rug flooring. My buddy Kerry Gilbert, salesman over there. Framework Athletics, where the Pioneers train when they can't be right here at Tim Garrett Baseball Complex. Also Summit Concrete, owner Chuck Akers and his concrete company put in and remodeled the bullpens here a couple falls ago. And also Doodat Communications for their signage in the press box as well as the locker room for the Pioneers. Craig Sinnard. His son Luke might be starting for Indiana as Landon Luderman has just delivered his first base hit of his college career off the B out there in center field, and that will drive in Braden Vineyard with the 9th run of the contest. His first hit and first RBI of his college career. It's a double off the wall to drive in Braden Vineyard with 2 outs. So a 2-out RBI brings to the plate Logan Molnar with his second at-bat of the ball game. Flew out to right field in the 5th. Sugar. Molnar about gets drilled with that pitch. I'm sorry, I pulled away. Hit that finger just wants to tap down on that key a little bit too early. He didn't miss the play. Just didn't see it all that well. The ball gets by on the wild pitch, and Luderman moves to third base. Ball 1. Tapper to the pitcher. He's going to throw home even with 2 outs, and Luderman may be able to, no, he's not going to be able to get back. He slid a little bit too early. So that's the old 1-2 to 5 to end the 6th inning for the Pioneers. Molnar hits into a fielder's choice. Kyle Johnson about made a big error right there. But able to wiggle out of it. Should have just thrown the ball to first base, but he elected to throw home. And Negron able to throw down to Santour, who was way off the base, but so was Landon Luderman. So we'll be back for one last inning. Chase Birdwell coming back out to face the Jets in the 7th inning. You're listening to the Vol State Sports Network. Tim Reese back for the top of the 7th inning. Last scheduled inning for Game 2. Pioneers up 9-1. Want to shout out to Rob Myers for his email. Thank you for checking in. Parker White's stepdad and Delyn Charlo's. Big Chase Birdwell out there getting a swing and a miss. From Jared Cramp. Count now 1 ball, 1 strike. Breaking pitch. Missed just low. First plate appearance of the ball game by Cramp, and he will look at strike 2. Just whispered at the outside corner. Birdwell on relief of Parker White, and he gets a swinging strikeout, his 4th strikeout in as many batters. Not a save situation for Chase Birdwell, but looking for his third excellent outing of the season. Bring to the plate a pinch hitter. Jeswell Fernandez will pinch hit for Zach Meyer. With one out here in the top of the 7th inning. Contact made off of Birdwell. Ethan Huddleston will come in from his second base position and make the catch. So 1-2-42 member to another. Ethan Huddleston, the only non-pitcher in the group. The rest of the group is Cade Sanders, Cade McKee, and Landon Tucker.
Now batting, number 13,
Grant Teschendorf in for the last hope for the Jets. And once again, that finger of mine just wants to tap on that 2 button. I need me another intern, Tyler Holsworth, to operate this whole thing right here. Strike 2 to Teschendorf. Who is 0 for 2, popped out to the first baseman and struck out. 0-2 is high. On deck, if Teschendorf reaches, is Austin Santour. Swing and a miss, and that will end the ball game for game 2 of the doubleheader. Chase Birdwell comes in and shuts the door with 5 strikeouts in 6 batters. To end this contest, Pioneers take the doubleheader and sweep the series 9-1 here in game 2. No runs, no hits, no errors, nobody left on base for the 2 innings that Chase Birdwell pitched. 5 strikeouts. Parker White will go to 2-0. And Colin Presnar will fall to 0-1 on the young season. Pioneers move to 6-4 in the first 10 games. Jackson College will go back to Jackson, Michigan, having lost 3 to the Pioneers, but then they will, I think they head to Florida in a couple weeks. So thanks to Lynn Charlotte, who says she's going to be praying for my mother-in-law. I appreciate that. Thank you very much. Her name is Sylvia. Appreciate all prayers. Shout out to Derek Tomalak from Clinton, Michigan, from Mom Sherry and Dad Troy and older brother Daniel. Thank you for listening in. All of you Michiganders and folks rooting for the Jets, safe travels back home for Jackson College. Maybe see you all again next year. And hopefully we'll have a little better weather for game 1 of next year if we get to that. Jackson College finishes 1 run, 2 hits, 2 errors. Pioneers 9 runs, 7 hits, and no errors. As I said, Parker White, true freshman, 2 appearances, 2 wins for the young left-hander. Colin Presnar will take the loss. Thank you again for joining us this afternoon on Saturday, a game that took 2 hours and 2 minutes. First game, about 1 hour and 53 minutes. We will have the Full Count Ministries verse of the game. These verses will be out of Ephesians chapter 2, verse 4 and 5. This is what my wife and I call the but God, one of the but God verses. But in the version I'll read, it'll be, but because of his great love for us, God, who is rich in mercy, made us alive with Christ even when we were dead in transgressions. It is by grace you have been saved. So thank you to Full Count Ministries and all of our sponsors, especially for our home away from home up here in the press box. So the Press Box Gang, Alex Qualls, our DJ and PA, Tyler Holsworth back from the sick bay and at the Toyota of Gallatin scoreboard operation. And thank you for joining us. We enjoyed the 2-camera set this weekend, and we'll do some critiquing and look and see if we can upgrade in any way we can. But thank you to our Vol State loyal listeners and supporters out there who watch on a regular basis. I appreciate all the kind comments. I appreciate if you get in town and you have an opportunity and can make it work. If you get here early enough, come up, say howdy in the press box if I'm up here. If I walk out of the press box, please say hello. Be probably the oldest guy you see hanging around the Vol State baseball team. I don't have an old beard or anything, but you can tell there's their age here, Tyler. But for athletic director Bobby Hudson, who's over at the Pickle Field House right now, while the basketball teams are going, probably running the concession stand. For head coach Jim McGuire, this is Tim Reese saying God bless you all. And we will talk again next Friday, home game. That's what I was wanting to look up. Home game on Friday, another doubleheader on Saturday. Let's see if I can find that quickly. I think we play in Wren Lake next Friday, and we are showing game time 2 o'clock Central on Friday, and then noon start on Saturday. My old buddy, former Belmont coach Chris, what is his name? Wow, I should have wrote it down before. He's got a crazy last name. He's the first-year coach or back coaching for Wren Lake. Oh, senior moment. Anyway, good friend of mine, Chris. Oh, what's his name? And but it'll be good to see him. We saw him in the fall as well. He's happy to be back coaching. But the Pioneers take the series, 3 games over the Jackson College Jets. And we will talk to you next Friday from right here in the remodeled press box at Tim Garrett Baseball Complex. Good night, everybody.